Good evening and thank you for coming tonight. We're going to start off by asking some questions. Who here owns a car? Who here owns a phone? And now the big question. Who sent a text while driving? And who's read a text while driving? Most of us think that this situation cannot happen to us to where we can be involved with the texting and driving wreck. And my audience analysis, I view that most of us own a car and most of us have a phone. I myself was involved in a wreck in 2009, a day after Christmas, involving texting and driving. I was the one that was texting and I'm the one that caused the wreck. I will provide information on statistics, how texting can impair your ability to drive, education, and some personal interviews. Let's begin with some statistics. In Scholastic News by Price, issued on September 13, 2012, there are 44 states that have banned texting. There are 2 states that have not banned texting, and that is Arizona and Montana. There are 4 states that have partial bans, and they are Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, and Mississippi. In my findings, the bans have not helped with the texting and driving crash related. Now that we know about the ban and the laws in different states, let's look how it impairs our driving. According to Paul at Washington Times, texting and driving is 6 times more dangerous than drinking and driving. I have some results for our impairedness that I'm going to show you on the board, give you a better idea. So when we're unimpaired, it takes 54 feet to stop. Legally drunk, you add 4 feet to this number. Reading an email, you add 36 feet to this number. And texting, you add 70 feet to the 54. So, the texting and driving, you use 3 out of the 3 of the categories, which is why it's so important not to text and drive, because it is very, very dangerous. Text in Scholastic News by Price, it takes away a driver's attention away from the road 4.6 seconds to be able to read a text. At 55 miles an hour, that is the length of a football field. So you sports fans out there, the next time you're watching your favorite team and they get the ball and run it from one end of the field to the other, that's how long our attention is taken away from the road while we're texting and driving. Now let's talk about how we can educate our kids on the texting and driving. AT&T changed their logo in 2012 to take the pledge. They are really stressing not texting and driving and letting kids know that it's okay to let the text sit there until you're able to answer the text safely. They have a website that the kids can go onto and their parents can go onto to where they can learn statistics about education and texting and driving. There's also an agreement that the parents and the kids can write and look at together, so that way when your child starts driving, you can sign it, they sign it, and it's an agreement between you and them. Do not text and drive. Now let's look at a personal interview. I personally interviewed State Trooper Ben Gardner on October 17th of this year. He said that you can be charged with the use of a telecommunication device, which is illegal in the state of Kansas. If you are found guilty of texting and driving, you can be charged with manslaughter or misdemeanor. Manslaughter is where you are charged with no intent on killing somebody. So it was an accident. but you were the cause of the reason that the accident happened. You can be fined, jailed, and sued. A misdemeanor is not a felony, but you can still have fines, and you still can be sued by the insurance companies or the families. It is up to the police to gather information on the wreck, but it's up to the prosecutors and the detectives on whether they want to press charges and what kind of charges would be brought against you for texting and driving. In conclusion, I have provided information for you with the statistics, the education, and what the texting and driving does to your ability. I hope that with this information that you make a better choice the next time your phone goes off in your car and you have that urge to look. And I hope that you know that it can happen to you and it can happen to somebody next to you. And then I hope that we all today take the pledge to say it can wait. Thank you.